My doctor misdiagnosed me for months while charging premium prices, so I filed a malpractice lawsuit and bankrupted him. Dr. Jackie wasn't just any doctor, he was the doctor, the one with the Rolex, the Tesla in his reserved spot, and a waiting list that stretched 3 months out. I thought I was lucky when a cancellation got me in early. Turns out, I just won a front row seat to medical negligence dressed up in a $5,000 suit. A few weeks after I first saw Dr. Jackie, I started experiencing fatigue like I had never experienced before. I told Dr. Jackie I was struggling to get through basic tasks, that something felt fundamentally wrong with my body. He barely looked up from his tablet, fingers already typing. "You're working too hard. Here's a B12 shot. That'll be $300. My nurse will schedule you for our executive stress panel. Another $1,200. 3 weeks later, I was back with new symptoms. This time it was joint pain that made me walk like I was 90, not 30. He ordered an MRI just to be thorough and referred me to his colleague for acupuncture. I spent $12,000 without asking too many questions because Dr. Jackie was supposed to be the best, so I trusted him. By month 4, I could barely function. The fatigue had turned into chest pain, shortness of breath, and episodes where my heart raced for no reason. I begged him to dig deeper and that I had researched my symptoms and thought it could be autoimmune. He actually laughed. "This is why I tell patients to stay off WebMD. Your blood work is pristine. What you're experiencing is classic health anxiety." He pulled out his prescription pad with a flourish. "Let's try Xanax for the panic attacks and Zoloft for the underlying anxiety. I'm also recommending my colleague Dr. Morrison. She's excellent with psychosomatic disorders." That's when I snapped. The word psychosomatic echoed in my head as I left his office, holding prescriptions I didn't need for conditions I didn't have. I went to urgent care that night and ignored all his warnings about seeing another doctor. The doctor in urgent care, who probably made a third of what Dr. Jackie did, took one look at my symptoms and found that the cause was lupus. The treatment was simple, and within 2 weeks I felt human again. But now that my body was healed, my mind started exploding with anger. Dr. Jackie had really toyed with my condition and made me pay thousands while misdiagnosing me, so I decided to teach him a well-deserved lesson. I went back and made notes of every receipt, every dismissed symptom, and every unnecessary test. I discovered medical records software lets you download your complete history, and the pattern was damning. He had ordered every expensive test except the ones that would have actually diagnosed me. I compiled it all into a folder 3 inches thick, then called the best medical malpractice attorney in the state. She took one look at my case and told me it was a winner, so we went through with it within a month. I went in for my next appointment with Dr. Jackie. He probably thought he was going to suck another paycheck out of me, but then I handed him a yellow envelope and said, "You've been served, you selfish scammer." His face went white, and he couldn't say a word as he watched me leave. The lawsuit hit Dr. Jackie like a freight train. The deposition was beautiful. Dr. Jackie sat across from me, Rolex on, replaced by a Timex. His hands shook as my lawyer walked him through each unnecessary test, each dismissed symptom. "Can you explain why you ordered a $3,500 MRI for joint pain, but never ran a basic ANA test?" His face flushed. "Medical judgment is complex." She cut him off. "Is charging $300 for B12 shots complex too?" Then his colleagues, who were served with subpoenas, threw him under the bus immediately and admitted that he was referring them to every patient for a price, and they sent patients back and forth like ping pong. Jackie kept trying to defend himself, telling us that he only did what was required of him as a doctor. But on day 1 of trial, his lawyer saw how the jury looked at him with disdain and instantly told him he needed to settle. His malpractice insurance tried to settle quickly, but I refused the amount they offered, and then I told them my own price, $2.8 million in damages, as well as reporting Dr. Jackie to the medical board. His face went red, and he tried to scream, but his lawyer physically held him down and said yes to the terms. Within 6 months, I was paid the full amount, and Dr. Jackie's office was shut down. While the settlement was supposed to be private, I sent his wife a small letter explaining how morally twisted her husband was. She divorced him and took his Tesla. Last I heard, he moved back in with his mother and worked night shifts at an urgent care clinic, which is good because I know the nurses there will keep him in line.